From the breathtaking fjords in the north, to the enchanting coasts in the south on the Mediterranean. From the sometimes rugged Atlantic coast in the west, to the Ural Mountains in the east in Russia. Europe, despite its small size compared to other continents, offers an almost unbelievable number of wonderfully varied scenic attractions. In addition, there are cosmopolitan cities such as Paris, London or Rome, which have always been a magnet for a large number of people. Europe is becoming more and more popular with tourists. Besides the previously mentioned, this has its reason in the very well-preserved historical sites and the different cultures. They offer endless possibilities for every traveler to gain new impressions and experiences. Another strong point is that Europe is safe and has a very good infrastructure and is therefore easy to travel. In our first part of our series about Europe, we take you among other things to the so-called Golden City. Then to the most romantic city in Germany and, at the end, to the roof of Austria. Prague is the capital of the Czech Republic. With its 1.3 million inhabitants, the Golden City is one of the largest cities in Europe. The official date of the city's foundation is considered to be 870, when the foundation stone of Prague Castle was laid. The castle was the seat of Bohemian rulers, and today it is the largest enclosed castle complex in the world. Romanesque rotundas, Gothic cathedrals, Baroque and Renaissance palaces, Prague is home to historic buildings from a wide variety of architectural styles. The entire Old Town is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Among the sights of Prague are the Prague Castle, the Charles Bridge, the medieval town hall clock or the Clementine Library. With almost 9 million tourists a year, Prague is one of the 25 most visited cities in the world. Český Krumlov is a medieval small town and is tucked away in the south of Bohemia, right on the Vltava River. It is the picturesque location, combined with cobblestone streets and magnificent stately architecture, that makes Český Krumlov a fairy tale destination that you will fall in love with immediately. This magical little town has been listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site and is one of the most beautiful cities in the Czech Republic. While many Central European cities were damaged during the wars, the buildings of Krumlov on the Vltava River were spared and remained intact. The cityscape is dominated by the imposing castle, built on an elevation above the Vltava River. A Gothic fortress stood here as early as the 13th century. During the centuries, the castle had several owners and underwent numerous reconstructions. The main square of Krumlov is located in the heart of the old town and is surrounded by 500-year-old gabled houses. The buildings around the lively square were built in Renaissance style and have been renovated. In the center of the square stands the Baroque fountain with the tall plaque column. Dresden is bursting with art and culture. Historic buildings can be found next to modern galleries and art museums, the majestic castle next to important churches and enchanting gardens. Therefore, you should definitely discover Saxony's capital, and with it the most beautiful highlights of the city. Official documents prove Dresden's existence as early as shortly after 1200 AD. The fascinating buildings with different architectural styles also testify to a long and exciting history. What makes Dresden so special is not only the mix of modern and historically significant buildings, an impressive architecture and a multitude of museums. Also, the possibility to walk around the many highlights makes sightseeing in Dresden a real experience. Those who explore the city on foot will discover much more than just the classic sights. Modern art and culture harmonize perfectly with the historical ambience of the Baroque city. Come with us on a journey through different eras in the beautiful east of Germany. The city of Heidelberg is one of the most beautiful cities in Germany. Tourists love the picturesque old town with its narrow alleys and the majestic castle ruins. The beautiful landscape and the picturesque castle ruins inspired numerous poets such as Friedrich Hölderlin, Joseph von Eichendorff and Clemens Brentano. Their work is called Heidelberg Romanticism. The city on the Neckar is also famous for its university, which was founded in 1386, making it the oldest university in Germany. Heidelberg was first mentioned in writing in 1196, but the city's history dates back to Celtic and Roman times. From the 14th century until 1720, Heidelberg was the capital of the Electoral Palatinate. Heidelberg is one of the few major German cities to have survived the Second World War virtually unscathed and thus has an intact Baroque old town. Millions of guests come to Heidelberg every year, and over 1 million of them visit Heidelberg Castle. Hohenzollern Castle is the ancestral castle of the princely family and former ruling Prussian royal and German imperial house of Hohenzollern. The first mention of the castle building dates back to 1267. In contemporary sources it was praised as the crown of all castles in Swabia. Nevertheless, it was completely destroyed in 1423. From 1454, the second Hohenzollern castle was built larger and more fortified than before. Later, in view of the 30-Year War, the castle was expanded into a fortress, after which the owners changed several times. However, the structural maintenance was not carried out to the required extent, with the result that it visibly deteriorated and at the beginning of the 19th century presented itself only as a ruin. Crown Prince Frederick William of Prussia decided in 1819 to rebuild the ancestral castle of the House of Hohenzollern. Starting in 1850, he realized his long-cherished dream and created one of the most imposing castle complexes in Germany in the neo-Gothic style. The castle's location on the most beautiful mountain in Swabia gives it its picturesque appearance. With its 2,962 meters, the Zugspitze is the highest mountain in Germany. Thanks to the modern Zugspitze cable car or the nostalgic rack railroad, visitors from all over the world and not only ambitious mountaineers can enjoy the unique 360 degrees view of 400 peaks in Germany, Austria, and Italy. On clear days, miles of distant views give you an incredible feeling of vastness and freedom. In winter, a ski area with 12 different slopes awaits you. Tobogganing is possible up here all year round. In summer, a variety of challenging hiking routes, such as a glacier hike or various via ferratas, are available for the athletically ambitious. Directly at the foot of the Zugspitze lies one of the most beautiful lakes in the Bavarian Alps, the Eibsee. Formed more than 3,000 years ago by a landslide, the mountain lake offers a variety of sporting activities and excursions. In summer, the Eibsee invites you to swim in the crystal clear water, in addition to various family-friendly hiking trails. Sporty people can rent pedal boats, rowing boats and stand-up paddle boards and explore the lake on their own. Those who prefer it a little quieter can take a round trip on an electric boat, always with the Wetterstein Mountains and Zugspitze in view. The Kielstein House with its meter-thick foundation walls, which was completed in 1938 after only 13 months of construction, was one of the most elaborate building projects during the National Socialist era. The building stands just below the Kielstein Peak at an altitude of 1,834 meters on a mountain spur. Contrary to widespread belief, however, the Kielstein House, originally built as a representative building, was not a gift for Hitler's 50th birthday in 1939, but he himself visited the Kielstein House only a few times. Except for the Kielstein House, only a few authentic buildings from the time of the Third Reich have survived. It was spared from bombs and enemy attacks and is still preserved in its original form today. A French diplomat is said to have nicknamed it Eagle's Nest even during the Nazi period. Today the building is used as a mountain restaurant. The restaurant offers a unique view of the Berchtesgaden Mountains and the area around Salzburg. In the inner Salzkammergut lies in a magnificent mountain landscape the vacation community of Gassor. The vacation paradise is worth a trip both in summer and winter and is located near the famous Dockstein. As a community, Gassor winds its way through a 10-kilometer-long high valley, at the end of which lies Lake Gassor. The Dockstein is an almost 3,000-meter peak with the Dockstein Glacier rises at the end of the valley as a prominent mountain peak. In summer, the region in the Salzkammergut is especially popular with hikers and mountain bikers. Many beautiful hiking trails can be found on the Zwieselarm. With the Gassorkambahn you can reach the Alpine region. The area of the Zwieselarm with the rustic mountain huts invites especially families to relaxing hikes. The beauty of the landscape attracts many families and nature lovers to Gassor. The rugged mountain landscape used to shape the everyday life of the people in the Alpine region. Today, year-round tourism plays a central role. The Dockstein West ski area near Gassor extends as a winter sports paradise from Upper Austria to the province of Salzburg. Slopes of all levels of difficulty can be found in this ski area. Already on arrival, whether by car or by train through the Alpine region Dockstein-Salzkammergut along one of the most beautiful railroad lines in Austria, you will not be able to get out of the rapture. But not only the surroundings, but also Holstadt itself awaits you with dreamlike pictures. Holstadt with its 800 inhabitants is certainly not a metropolis and cannot be compared with the city of Salzburg, which is about 75 kilometers away, but you will not get bored so quickly. Here you can breathe fresh mountain air, stroll through the beautiful old town and admire centuries-old buildings. The historic town center with its market square and many small colorful stores and cafes is particularly beautiful. Holstadt appealed to Chinese architects so much that they built a replica of the world-famous World Heritage Site in the People's Republic. On 48 kilometers, the probably most famous Alpine road connects Salzburg and Carinthia. Whether you start from the Salzburg side, from Bruck in the Salzach Valley, or from Heiligenblatt in the Carinthian Mole Valley, the crossing of the main Alpine ridge offers an impressive drive across all vegetation zones on both sides. Flowering alpine meadows, fragrant mountain forests, mighty rocks and finally the eternal ice are among the constant companions, as is the Grossglockner, Austria's highest mountain at 3,798 meters. A total of 36 hairpin bends provide cornering and motoring fun and lead into the 1,800 square kilometers Hohe National Park. The highest point is at 2,500 meters at the Edelweiss-Spitze. At the Kaiser Franz Josefs Höhe you also have a direct view of the imposing Grossglockner. The panoramic road was built from 1930 and ceremoniously opened in August 1935.